Alrighty, I think I'm live now. So welcome. This is Martina Wing, live from Hawaii with the Manta Rays. That's what I do every week at 11 o'clock a.m. talking about my true love, my passion, Manta Rays. And today I have a special thing for you guys. I think it's special because it's a special Manta Ray. I'm going to talk about Koie Ray. And just before I jump into this, I always want to give you a little intro. Connie is here. Hey Connie, how you doing? Connie was with me live last week. This is my sister, and in New Zealand. So we were live from a different location last week. And it was a really cool thing because Connie's husband has so much impact on our work as a production company with the work. So I really want to encourage you, and it's really a fun one to laugh so much about within it that you're going to enjoy this if you need some laughter. So there's another Facebook Live from last week. Just go into the video section and check it out. So, and Tara is here too. Hola from Acapulco. Guess what? We're now New Zealand and Mexico, Hawaii. We're all connecting together. I love that you guys are here with me, my true fans. I hope I get more over the time. So what I do, just a quick intro, is I live on the big island of Hawaii. This is my map that I show every time. This is the big island of Hawaii. And there's Kailua Kona, and I dive and see the Manta Ray, the advocate for the animal almost every night, and that for 20 years. It's coming up to my anniversary, and we're going to celebrate that for sure. But anyway, I'm going to talk about Manta Rays every week, and it's about the dive locations here at the airport and down in Keaho. And we're all from the Manta Rays themselves, and then how the industry is doing, because there's a big industry here in town that shows the Manta Rays to the consumers. There's a lot of trouble in that industry, and then I want to just be the critical voice for the Manta Rays. They're the voiceless, gentle giants. Okay, enough for introduction. I want to talk about Koie Ray. Actually, I want to do one more thing before that. I want to say hi to Gene Lafferty, because Gene is one of my followers as well. And I actually met him this last Monday in town, and he walked up to me because I didn't know who he is. And he's like, "Hey, aren't you Martina?" And so, yeah, big hug. I mean, we hug, it's Hawaiian. I love to do that. And so we exchanged a little bit and got some feedback from the live person, how my Facebook Lives are doing. And it was a real pleasure to see him. So thanks, Gene. Thanks for saying hi. And I hope you watch at least the replay. Maybe you're going to go live in a few minutes with me. Okay, so about Koie Ray. Koie Ray is a really big Manta Ray. She's known for quite some time. But when I talk about her, I always like to, when I show some video footage that we have accumulated over all these years, I have the camera, I have something set up on the other side of the camera. And so I'm going to flip it, and then you can check it out yourself, and we watch some footage. Now, the footage is there's a lot of footage today, also in small sections, but I think you will really enjoy it, and I always will tell stories with it. And so let's do this. I just have to find the right button. Here we go. Alrighty. So, Koie Ray. So, yeah, this is the Manta Ray. She, you will learn now in a few minutes too that she is a Manta Ray that has only one cephalic fin in front of her mouth. You see how there's a little stubby. And Marissa Bowen, Twin Falls, Idaho. Yay, Idaho. Love it. Thanks for being here. So Koie Ray, I have a few little details on her. So she was first seen on August 17 in 2001. So she's around us for 17 years. She's mature and a reproductive Manta Ray. So I've seen her pregnant once in all these years. Stefan is here too. Hi Stefan, how are you doing? And then she's about 12 to 14 feet. Everything is a little bigger when you go underwater, but mature Manta Rays are between 12 to 14 feet, and so she falls definitely in the category. And you see in the footage in a little bit how big she is compared to humans. Just wait a little longer. Next thing is, consistent sightings for 17 years. Not only that she's known for that long, we have Manta Rays that we see maybe one in a lifetime. I have a slide in a second too where you can see that this Manta Ray is seen a lot along the coast, and it's consistency that she just makes it so special, that she's such a special Manta Ray. And I consider one of my most favorite Manta Rays, but many people can remember her because she just has this cephalic fin missing here in the front, and this is just easy to identify. So identification, how do we do this? Some people know already, some people don't, but we look for the distinctive marks between, this is the underside of the Manta Ray, there's a distinctive mark between her gill slits, yeah? And then when you look for the spot pattern itself, so every Manta Ray has a different spot pattern, there's definitely a distinct W, and we just magnified this here a little bit. Hi from St. Louis. Hi, Kay. How you doing? This is great. I love it when you guys comment. So this is Koie Ray. So one thing you can identify her with is with the cephalic fin missing, clear W on her belly, and you know she also has actually a shorter tail. And there's some injury here on her side, on her wing, and I have footage on that as well. Alrighty. So next thing is, well, a few statistics for you guys. My group did really intense statistics at both dive sites from 2009 till 2014, and these are numbers that I analyzed then from 9 to 13. How many Manta Rays, there were examples like the analysis brought out how many Manta Rays we see during the year, how often they come, who is the most there, who travels between the dive sites, and there's all kinds of cool stuff. But particularly for Koie Ray, it's she's been, when you think of it, how often do we drive out and to see the Manta Rays? Well, I think through the winter time, you know, we have about 3 months of lots of cancellation. That's January, February, March. And then the rest of the year, we are pretty much out there every night. So let's say it's, I don't know, 270 to 300 times that we actually have exposure to these animals. And yeah, check it out. Koie Ray was in 2009, 184 times here. 2010, 182. Then she jumped over the 200. Maybe we were more often at the site, and we were just getting better at that too. But 2012, 245. That was definitely, I mean, of 350. How many days? 365 days a year. And she was 245 times seen at either Keaho Village, Manta Village, or Manta Heaven. I think that's an incredible number. And 2013, 280 times. So, and when you see the number here on the right, top 1, top 2, or something like that, this is in comparison to other Manta Rays. She was 4 years in a row the most seen Manta Ray, and in 2009 the top 2. Yeah, and you know, it's just an incredible how often we see her, and that's what makes her definitely special, but also so that people remember her when they come back over the years. Cool. So this is more about Koie Ray, and now I'm going to go into some video footage. And the first clip I'm going to show you is how Koie lost her cephalic fin. There's a lot of talk sometimes what people say, how did they lose him? Did they stop Koie from swimming, or you know, did they take her out of the water and stuff like this? And no, so it took place in June of 2004, and it was a night dive. I'm gonna just show you real quick how she looked like. Let's see how she looked like. Just normal behavior, as in she was going over the people, and they had a good show, and we were videoing them. And this is June 1st, 2004. And you can see how the cephalic fin is actually hanging down right here. But behavior-wise, she was not. She was doing her normal thing, coming close. And we knew this Manta Ray at this point 3 years. And yeah, so the cephalic fin was just hanging down. How did it happen? Oh, sorry, it was the wrong button. I knew this was going to happen. Sorry about that, guys. PowerPoint is a little acting up on me today. So, okay, so what I want to show you guys here is the cephalic fin. It was really hanging on a little piece of meat, and it had no use anymore. Like, the cephalic fin is actually used to funnel the food into their mouth, and they can curl this cephalic fin up to a horn position, and that would be normal use. But what happened here? Probably fishing line, some kind of human impact. This would not happen from a shark or something like that. This is human impact, and so the cephalic fin was severely damaged, had no use to her anymore. And so what happens if you have rotting flesh hanging down? It does attract the sharks. And so my husband James, he made the decision to help the Manta Ray and take this off. Well, it's one thing to make the decision to do that, and the next thing to really actually be successful. But we have a little bit of footage for you guys, so that would be the next scene where you can see where this is Jim. So that's in 2004. He shows that is a box cutter, and so he doesn't stop her, and she just, well, she definitely doesn't like it, but Another again. Yeah, so she definitely didn't like it. But he was, I think he had 5 or 6 tries, and the way he was in front of the camera with the bright lights. So the Manta Ray was coming towards the lights in the camera. Jim was sitting in front of it. And then when the Manta Ray came, he just tried to, with the box cutter, to take it off. And you can see here, he was successful. You see that little stubby here? It was just, it was definitely a successful surgery. But I can tell you that she didn't like it. You could see it earlier in the video too, how she bolted away. But she took off, I think, for 3 weeks, was not seen, and then came back. Of course, Jim felt terrible. It's not something we do every day. But I think it was the right decision to make the surgery. And Jim is so experienced. I mean, he dives with the Manta Ray since 1991. And so that was definitely an expert doing experts things here. I don't recommend that at all for any kind who's an amateur here. Yeah, Connie, terrible. This is definitely not an easy thing to do and not to see, but it needs to be talked about because there's going to be a happy ending here too. I'm going to keep going. Okay, so next video is where she has, and I'm prepping you a little bit, there's more injuries and fishing line coming. So the second injury in the same year, Koie was not very lucky. She, 4 months later, right, September, she was seen with this fishing line wrapped around her wing, and it was cutting really deep into his. Now these are not my clips, but I got that from a gentleman here in town. So, but you can see the dive master working on him and just cutting off. And the dive master, this is Dwayne, and the other one is Mike Vines, who was very successful. Then removing, and the way Mike Vines tells the story is he could say Koie knew that there's help once they started working on her, and she kept coming back until everything was removed. And then next clip you can see actually how much line was taking off. Yeah, and she has permanent damage from that, but she is still keeps swimming. You know, it was okay. So, and then the next injury this was September 2004. Oh, and that was the clip I'm finishing up here. Shortly after that, you can see how good she's actually looking. Cephalic fin here, that was, and there's the cut into her wing. Anyway, so, and this clip is really cool. I really enjoy this because I was filming her, and she came out of mid-water from the snorkelers straight at me, and then look at the reaction it shows with the customers. It was a really cool thing. Now she's going right over me. And here are the customers. Look at them. Isn't that cute? I mean, that is the cutest thing ever. So, gives you an idea how big this fish is as well. Just let me do this one more time. I just love this scene so much. This guy is just so, like, the eyes are bogging out. Anyway, this is definitely what I enjoy in my work. Making people happy, but also put them in awe and humble them. Because, hey, our species need that, right? Okay, so this was 2004, another good year for Koie. And then I'm going to jump, I think, forward now, 2012, 2014. We had 3 more rescues. I'm going to just let this play. Let's see. Yeah, thanks, Connie. Yeah, it's really not easy to help these animals, but we have so many professionals every night exposed to the Manta Rays, and even on the professionals, there are only a few people that should do it. You just need experience when you work with a 1,000-pound animal, right? So, but we'll go on now. So, 3 more rescues. Here we go. So here's 2012 in June, and you can see that there is this guy, this dive master, is already cutting some line off. So there's line right here, and the hook is right here. And then the next thing you see is how he's actually taking the hook out, and that was a really cool thing. So he has cutters and takes it out. I mean, I'm going to play this again for you guys. So he comes up, he pulls it out, and then I was there with the lights in the camera, and of course, he showed it to me. So really cool. And then 2 years later in May, now more fishing line on top of her. And when you watch that now really closely here on this area, then you can see how she actually moves her wing. I'm going to show you that again. How she wiggles her wing. Okay, check this out. She's wiggling her wing because she doesn't want that thing in there. So the hook is right here. And then I didn't get the actual taking out, but cool. This is the kind of hooks that we have to deal with here mostly. And then a little bit later, so this is going to be a day, and I'm going to just show you day and night footage. So July 31st, 2014, during the day. And this is a friend of mine. She is a dive master called Corinne, and she's doing this for a long time, and she knows the mantas well. And you can see already Koie right here, fishing line right here, fishing line right here. So how does that happen? Well, there are some fishermen out there, could be from shore, is probably more from boat. I mean, actually, they are both very impacting. And then they hook the Manta Ray somewhere. The Manta Ray tries to get away, and think of it, the Manta Ray is just spinning, and that's why she had so much line around her. Now, these dive master, she's just very knowledgeable. Yeah, Connie, so many injuries, you can say that. So she's definitely a survivor and a thriver, this Manta Ray. So Corinne is day diving with her people, with her guests, you know, and the Manta Ray goes up, and Shirley Matthews was there too. She photo courtesies from Shirley Matthews, and so the fishing line is around her, and they're starting to remove it, and then yeah. So we'll just keep going here. These are pictures. You can see how she's tangled up right here, you know, and then now I'm switching to the nighttime, where you can see same day, so day dive and night dive. And you can see now here the line is still in there. I don't think during the day I don't know how much they got off, but I just, oh, wrong button pushed. Okay, I'm gonna go through this very quick. Okay, so now she still has all the line on her. She does, you know, and Manta Rays, they do feel pain. I've done another Facebook Live on that. That she looked normal, but you know, she still had she needed to eat. That's my opinion here. That she just had to, you see all the line here? Wrong button. All the line is coming down here. So, yeah, behavior-wise, they just feel pain. That's my true opinion. And think of it, you know, when you deal with animals, you know, the sentient animals like us. Alrighty, so, and then here we go. I don't want to swear, but I'm not really good at this today. This is our dive master Joy, and you can see how much there's the hook again, and there is the line. So that was an awesome job from the whole industry. Here's a little bit more line. Our dive masters work together here. And I'm usually there to film, of course, to capture this. I've rescued my Manta Rays myself too, but it's hard to, you have a big camera in my hand and then the lights. But the guys need the lines to just make it work, so they can see what they're working on. Just look in the background, everything is dark. It is a night dive, and so lights are a necessity. All right. Hey, Daniel is now too here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. So we have Holland, New Zealand, we have Mexico, we have the US mainland. I just love it. Alrighty. Okay, so these were 3 more rescues. And then we think it should be enough already. And then we come to the summer of 2014, so the same year again. And this was a really sad situation. Need to go a little bit to the sidetracking here and tell that the industry got more and more into trouble, that more and more boats were coming out. No, Connie, are you always successful removing lines and hooks? You know, we have to keep going and trying, and we do. Hi, Jane is back. We do have to see. During the day, they were not successful on this last rescue, and then on the night we were, because we were in such a tight space, and the Manta Ray was feeding, so she didn't really have a reason to leave. During the day, they don't really, you know, have a reason to be around you. Is it always successful? I think we've lost Manta Rays over the years that were entangled. Actually, I know of one of them. Manta Ray is called China Ray. He got entangled in a buoy, so there's a swim buoy on Kona Pier, and he got entangled in one of the swim buoys. And how do we know he died? Well, a tiger shark took a big bite out of him, and there's imagery somewhere online as well. I wasn't there. I didn't got a call or something, but yeah. So to answer your question, Connie, not everything is successful, and only a few times we can actually say we know that it was not successful, because then the animal just dies, and when they die, they float to the bottom. So, alrighty. So anchor entanglement, this has to do with that the humans, the industry here, the people on the boats that work the boats are not knowledgeable enough to run a good charter where nobody gets hurt. And in this case, Koie was almost dying. And also what happened, that was in Keaho, it was at the southern location, Manta village. And my husband Jim was diving, and we had an intern with him. So they were the only scuba divers, everybody else was snorkeling. And the boat had dropped anchor and actually caught this Manta Ray into the anchor line. So Jim goes down, and he has his camera, he goes down, he sees the Manta Ray, like this big piece of, this big Manta Ray flying on the rocks, and cannot move because the anchor was so heavy and she was totally entangled, And then what Jim just did, gave the camera to the intern put the lights on him, and he was actually then able to remove parts of the line and moved it off. The anchor was not hooked down, it was hooking just the Manta Ray to be on the bottom, and then they he entangled her, and then she started to move again, and then she swam away. And we didn't have footage of it, but this is footage from these are pictures from the next day, but you can see how badly injured she is right here. Yeah, so that was the front line, and then this is in the back, so she was front and back. This is the top side, so you can see how the line really goes around her body. And here more. So this was the next night. So amazingly, this, very lucky, amazingly this Manta Ray came back the next night. Wouldn't we be all just, we'd be really angry at everything and at the world and never go back to this place. But, these are innocent animals. They are voiceless. They just want the food that comes, the lights. And, unfortunately, there are too many people now here in town doing this activity. They don't know what they're doing. It's pretty simple. And the Manta Rays are suffering. And this 2014 encounter was... So it's just, it's really, really sad. Yeah. Alrighty, so Samantha is Santa Cruz, and then we have Denmark too. So awesome. Thanks for being here, guys. This is super exciting today. It's always exciting, but I love to talk about this stuff. Alrighty, so now I do want to tell you some cool stuff about her. I have some footage during the day, so people always ask me what do Manta Rays do during the day. I just play that back. Check it out. She's on the surface, just going back and forth in a current line, feeding. What I really enjoy about this footage, and I hope you do, is the light that come from the sun rays. So, and that's a cleaning station. This is a particular area we know. She's close over the reef right here, and she just hangs out, and we call it a spa treatment. Who wouldn't like that, right? So little cleaner fish come up and clean her. So, but it's clearly Koie Ray. You guys all know her now. And more with the sun rays, playing with the sun rays. And there's another Manta Ray in the background, and she's just gulping up the plankton that is in current lines. So it's just a very normal behavior for them already. Yeah, and there's people in the water too, of course, when I'm there with the camera, usually people. But look at the sun rays on her body. Isn't that spectacular? I just love this footage so much. Alrighty. And so to definitely leave all this Facebook Live on a happy note, I want to show you some footage of what I enjoy the most when Koie is with us at the night dive. And I'm not going to comment this much, but just enjoy this. I'll probably talk anyway, but here we go. Koie on top of a scuba diver, and bam, right on the head, and right in the face. And what's next? Oh, that's cool too. Check this out. They're kissing, and Koie blesses them. And another head bump. Cool. And one more. I think this guy really enjoys it. He gave him the shaka first. Gets really hit in the face. And the next thing he does, it's not on the footage, but that's okay. He gives me another shaka. So anyway, this is what I really truly enjoy when Koie is with us. She's so comfortable around the people, and she just comes close, and if there's not enough room, people get hit in the head or something like this. I think maybe it's a little bit of a payback. Who knows? Anyway, that's the end of the footage for today. I'm going to turn around. And thanks for being here with me. So this is so exciting. Maybe you can feel it. I just get so bubbly when I talk about manta rays. This is just my thing, and I always enjoy doing it. Alrighty, so yeah, so this is today's Facebook Live. I talked about Koie Ray. I do want to do a little self-promotion here because my children's book is ready to be purchased. And here's the connection to the book and Koie Ray. This is the first page, and Koie Ray made it into my book. So this is the beginning of my children's book where we show the manta experience. And you see Koie right here. You all know Koie now. So this is kind of a cool thing too. So Viola is here now too. I love it. So anyway, so if you want to see Koie Ray in the children's book, the book is now available. I will give you instructions how to get to this book if I have this ready right now. Yes, I do. Here is the domain if you want to purchase the book. It's notchdolphinbook.com, notchdolphinbook.com. So here are two things. The book is $20 and the shipping to the US mainland is $8. Now international shipping is possible too, a little bit more. But if you're local and like Gene, and I was really happy to see Gene on Monday, I delivered to him directly. So if this is something you guys are locals, you don't want to pay the shipping, just send me a message and we can arrange how you can get that up. But Koie Ray is in my new book, notchdolphinbook.com. And I got a cool testimonial yesterday that someone said it's really brought tears to her, unashamed tears, reading the story. She knew the video. Now she has the book and she's going to buy lots of copies. Well, I'm not sure about lots, but several copies for all the family and grandchildren and friends because she wants to share that story. So, yes, Jean, you can't wait to share it with your grandkids. Cool, love it. Alrighty, so thanks for making putting all the comments in about where you're from today. I'm gonna make a little description, change the description, and add how you can purchase the book. Also, how you can learn more about Koie. Of course, watch the video, but link to the library on our website. And thanks for listening today, guys. Talk to you later. I see you next week. Bye bye.